Okay, I did it again. I was not recording. This is hilarious. Okay, so here it is. I wanted to do a video. Boy, I am bad at this. Hopefully I get better. My name is Dartanya Show, and my channel is about spirituality, faith, healing, positive thinking, and self-improvement, and prayer and God. That doesn't mean you atheists can't tune in, because the power is within yourself. That's all you need to believe. You don't need to believe in some external force that resides inside of you also, but just believe in yourself. So I wanted to read a little bit of the intro as well as the day 5 reflection and devotional. And I think it's wonderful. So there it is. We're going to read some of the intro again because it's amazing, and I think it's important to, focus on it, because I forgot it. The first time I read this book, I forgot all about it, and this really sets you up to follow the reflections and devotionals and to make your days better. Okay, so the first place to start working miracles is not in the world around you, but in yourself. You're not going to work a miracle in your environment, but in your mind, because mind is cause and the world is effect. That makes it very simple. So everything you're thinking in there has an effect on the world. We change the world by changing the thoughts we think about the world. And that means all of us. We all need to get together and do it. So because there's a lot of negative, we have a lot of negative in the world today. So let's begin with this simple step. Okay, look around you. Look at the chair, or look at the wall, or look at the pillow, or look at your table, or even a cup, or something a loved one gave you, and you really have to say, how do you look at it? Do you look at it, yeah, whatever, you just take it for granted? Or do you look at it and say, I need new stuff. This stuff is old. It isn't good enough. Well, instead of doing that, look at it and think, I'm really lucky to have this because so many other people don't. Look at what you have that others don't have. And look at what you have that you were thinking was, old or, used up, and really you're lucky. You're lucky to have it, is what I'm saying. So notice the slight energetic shift that occurs when you look at something like that. And you look around you and you start finding all of these things that are around you that you should be thankful for. So right there, you just shifted the universe. Believe it or not, you have that power to shift the universe just by doing that every single day. To look at the things around you and see how lucky you are. So it's like she puts an example here. The wind currents at the North Pole are affected when a butterfly flaps its wings in South America, and the entire world is affected by every thought you think. So it's the same type of effect. And again, this is Year of Miracles by Marianne Williamson that I'm reading right here and discussing. So you don't have to believe this idea. A miracle worker simply knows it. So anyone can be a miracle worker. You can, I can, anyone who chooses to be. Anyone can hear the sound of an ancient melody that calls to all of us from deep within, beckoning us to remember who we truly are and what power we have. So a miracle worker accepts the idea that every thought has an effect not only on the one who thinks it, but on everyone else as well. It isn't necessary to believe any of this. This is a guidebook, not a doctrine. So she states, this isn't a Bible. It's just a guidebook to help you think more positive and to help every one of our fellow brothers and sisters into having a better life and a better environment and a healthier life. So simply try it out, these exercises, and watch things change. So we've already established that you might not have had a clue about the significance of your chair or your table or your wall. And yet the meaning that we ascribe to anything will determine what meaning it ultimately has for us. See, if you think something isn't good enough, then guess what? Well, it's not going to be good enough. And it never will be. Think something is wonderful and it will only get better. So thoughts like this are miraculous thoughts. Here's an example. I give thanks for this chair, for this table, for this wall, or these pillows that I have, this blanket that I have, this bed that I have. I remember with compassion those who do not have such simple amenities, and I pray they will receive what they need. I surrender myself that I might be used in bringing the end of suffering to all of the world. Now, what did such thoughts just do for you? So what did that do for you as I read it, you thinking about it? Not for others, what did it do for others, but what did it do for you? How did it make you feel? So they established you within a different corner of the universe. You moved from someone with a slightly open heart to someone with a more fully open heart. And the more open your heart, the more miracles you'll receive. So for miracles occur naturally as expressions of love. When you choose to love, you choose to work miracles. What follows are, of course, what we're doing the 365 days. The readings, when read daily, encourage you to stay focused on love and to avoid the distractions of fear, anxiety, shame, guilt, and everything else that you might encounter during the day. It is this daily choice to think with love that determines what miracles come into our lives. The universe is ready to bless you. Are you ready to receive these gifts? My prayer is that this book will help you. It has helped me tremendously. It truly has. And my prayer, as D'Artagnan Arsinoe Ren show, is that this book will help you, and I will help you also. Thanks. So here it is. Now we're on day 5, on consecutive 5 days. This is awesome. Boy, that rarely ever happens. Okay, here it is. On the miracle of surrender. Okay. God knows our crooked places that need to be made straight. The wounds in our hearts that fester for years unhealed. The broken pieces of our lives that seem beyond repair. And he or she who is the author of miracles has infinite desire as well as power to heal them all. And remember, to me, God is both our Divine Mother and Father. At a certain point, it doesn't really matter so much how we got to be a certain way or who screwed us over, like society thousands of years ago when a bunch of, guys with big egos wanted to take over. And thousands of years later, we're seeing those effects. That doesn't matter. This isn't about blame or psychopaths or, it isn't about that anymore. Until we admit our character defects, that means I have to admit mine because it's been ingrained in our DNA, this psychopathy. So it doesn't matter whether you're a psychopath or not. I do think that psychopathic society is the devil. It's the equivalent of the devil. But we can't keep blaming the devil because the devil that is within us, we can change. So that's what this book is about, helping us change. Until we admit our character defects and take responsibility for the fact that regardless of where we got them, they are ours now. So what's been ingrained in our DNA is us. So we're the only ones carrying these problems in this state of mind wherever we go. Okay, so they will not go away. And we need to take responsibility for them. For God, herself, or himself will not violate our free will. We have to do it on our own. We can talk to a therapist for hours about how our relationship with mom or dad or one of our toxic friends, made us develop a certain behavioral characteristic that made us self-destructive. But that of itself will not make it go away. We need to name it and surrender it. And surrender it to God and asking, God to remove it. That's the miracle of personal transformation. It won't go away in a moment necessarily, but its days are numbered. You keep doing this every day. That is the medicine that's going to help you. And the medicine is in your psychic bloodstream. So there you go. We have psychopathy ingrained in our DNA, but we also have the medicine to cure it. So let's take that medicine. and I hope to be part of your healing. My fellow brothers and sisters, thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to click the subscribe and the like button so I can get my word around. I know the first time I tried out, I couldn't be consistent and I lost some followers, which is too bad because I did have some. So if you could share it and try to get me back out there, I'm going to try to be as consistent as possible. I love you guys. Don't forget, do exercises. Oh, and also write a positive list of things you're thankful for that you can carry around. You can even put like a Post-it, excuse me, in your car. And when things get tough or you come across a driver that wants to be a jerk, you can look at that and say, okay, but I'm thankful for this. And I haven't been a perfect driver myself. See, that's taking responsibility because none of us have been perfect drivers. We have cut people off. We've done all kinds of things like that. So you got to surrender that anger and understand that we're not so perfect. Okay. Oh, well, that's my little lesson for the day. I love you guys. Thank you so much, my fellow brothers and sisters. I hope you have a wonderful day. Tune in tomorrow. I'll be there for you. Mwah. Bye. Peace out.